We have a ton of cases that I can point to where a pre-existing condition was the strength of our case, but it was only the strength of our case because obviously we knew about it from the outset and we really carefully strategized our case and framing around the pre-existing condition. One example where this was really maximized was in our McDonald's verdict case. Our client, prior to a slip and fall incident, had had 2 low back surgeries. Talk about a prior medical history. I mean, this was a case where we were claiming a low back injury. You would think that might be a case killer from the outset, and actually that's the reason why he couldn't find a lawyer. He went from law firm to law firm and no one would take the case because this young kid was saying my back hurts, and then he disclosed these 2 prior surgeries, and a lot of lawyers said, no way. Well, when we dug in to his past medical history, we learned that yes, he did have 2 prior surgeries, but after his 2 surgeries, he recovered and he did really well. And at the time of our slip and fall, he had no pain, was able to work full time, but he was susceptible to a low back injury, obviously, because his back had been operated on twice. So the framing was, this is the last person who could afford a fall on his low back. He was like Humpty Dumpty. He couldn't be put back together after this slip and fall because of his past medical history. So it was a great strength of our case. We had an outstanding results at trial. A big part of why we had to take the case to trial was because the defense couldn't wrap their head around a significant past medical history being the strength of our case. They just couldn't understand because they're kind of programmed to identifying past injuries and thinking this is a get out of jail free card for us. And they kind of carried that logic through trial and it really didn't work out for them. The jury understood susceptibility. They understood that a person could be made worse when they're susceptible to injury. And so the outcome was really favorable for our client.